All right, everybody, good afternoon. We've got one more Seahawks outgoing free agent that I want to look at in isolation here. It's, again, not a very big one. It's not one that is going to be considered among the most important decisions the Seahawks need to make. But I do want to talk a little bit about Jake Curhan. Now, before we open the book up on Curhan, I should note that Spotrac currently has him listed as an exclusive rights free agent. If that is true, then it would be trivial to keep him. He would just take the league mandated minimum contract, which would be, I think, a little more than $1 million, and that would be that. He couldn't even decline it if he wanted to. Nobody can come in and take him. So if that's true still, then there's nothing to discuss. But I don't think he's an ERFA anymore because in November last year, we waived him and then we brought him back to the practice squad. So, to my knowledge, once you waive him, the ERFA clause of his contract becomes void. So, I'm pretty sure he's unrestricted this offseason, and this is just a relic of earlier last year. Because before we waived him, yes, he would have been an exclusive rights free agent because we signed him as a UDFA. And when you sign somebody as a UDFA, there are, I think, ERFA year after the 3 years, and then there might be a restricted free agent year after that. So if I'm wrong, then there's not much to discuss here. I'm sure we'll keep him for the very small amount of money it costs, unless we decide he really doesn't fit the offense. But I kind of doubt that. Like, Curhan has played respectably well when he's been called on, and he's also played multiple positions. He's played some left guard, he's played some right guard, he's played some right tackle, which I do think is his natural position. There is some value here. And I know some people don't necessarily want to hear that because Curhan has a negative reputation, but realistically, as far as backup tackles go, backup offensive linemen go, he's adding value. So I'm looking at something like his PFF page, and I think this kind of checks out. He's not good in pass protection. He gives up a lot of pressures, but he's a good run blocker. And there are ways in which you can use him to mitigate his flaws. And honestly, I think in some previous years, like going back to his rookie year in 2021, he probably played a little bit better than this. So Curhan has done some stuff in this league, and I definitely think he's worth keeping around if he is truly an exclusive rights free agent. But what if he's not? Which I don't think that he is anymore because we waived him. What might he cost? This one's tough. Let's try to unpack it the best we can, compare it to some previous players, and try to figure out what Curhan might demand on the open market. So you go to the right tackle list here on Spotrac. It's not a very long list because a lot of tackles are just listed as left tackle by default, I think, on this site. But you've got a guy like Jermaine Elumunor, who signed a 1-year, $3 million deal with the Raiders last offseason. Let's just start there because obviously we're not going to start up here. He's not Rob Havenstein. He's not Jack Conklin. He's not even Morgan Moses or any of these guys. Let's start with Jermaine Elumunor here. He coming off 2022, he basically played the whole season and played well. So we're not there yet. We're definitely not there yet. By the way, he actually played left tackle a little bit and right guard a little bit on top of his usual right tackle position. So, okay, we're definitely clearing him. We're definitely going to keep going beyond him, and we're going to try to find somebody else who works as a comp. You've got Billy Turner here, 1 year, $1.65 million with the Jets. The issue here being that Billy Turner's 31 when he signs this, and Jake Curhan, what is he? He just turned 26. But let's try it. There aren't a lot of 26-year-old right tackles signing free agent contracts. Let's just be real here. Like 2022, he played about half the season and played kind of whatever. Kind of like Jake Curhan. Now, Billy Turner's a guy who's been in the league for a while now, and if you go back, you can find some seasons where he played better. You can find some seasons where he played a lot. So I still don't think we're there yet, but at the same time, you would expect a younger player to get paid more, right? Because they're coming into their prime. A player like Billy Turner's past his prime, and everybody knows it because he's past 30. All right, so let's keep going past Billy Turner here. You got Kendall Lamb with the Dolphins. Right tackle signs a 1-year, $1.32 million deal at 30 with the Dolphins. Kendall Lamb in 2022, he basically didn't play. He played 32 snaps out of position, left tackle. 2021, he barely played. And when he did play, it doesn't look like it was very good. Again, kind of playing out of position. You go to the year before that, this guy doesn't even really play that much. And he got $1.32 million. So we might already be kind of in the right territory here. That didn't take very long. You notice that? We kind of got to the sweet spot a little quicker than you thought. Now, we've gotten very, very low in terms of monetary cost, granted. I will grant you that. But still, Jake Curhan is not just some throwaway player. These guys who play less and don't play much better are getting this amount. Why wouldn't Curhan get a little bit more? Let's keep going. Got a guy like Brett Tott of the Eagles, who has an extension kicking in off of 2023, 1 year, $1.13 million. And what did he do in 2023 to earn that? Nothing, really. Did not play good, barely played. And if we go back to 2022, he didn't play. 2021, played a tiny bit. So we've probably gone a little too far here. Now, the market's weird. Sometimes strange little glitches happen. Like, I can go down a little bit more. You can find a guy like Storm Norton, who got 1 year, $1 million flat, basically, coming off of 2022. 2022, okay, yeah, he barely played, didn't play that well, but the previous year, he played 1,000, almost 1,100 snaps, played the whole year, and played passably. Not great, but passably well. So, I know the market's a little bit weird sometimes, that this guy would only get $1 million when he's not even turned 30 yet is a little bit surprising. That tells you that sometimes this stuff isn't fully predictable. But realistically, I'm looking at a guy like Brett Tott, who hasn't done much in his career, Kendall Lamb, who hasn't done much, and I'm like, Curhan probably should get more than those guys. He's younger than those guys. He's played more. He's better. So, yeah, if Jake Curhan is on the open market as a guy who can sign anywhere, then I'm kind of feeling something like 1 year, 1.6, maybe 1.5. There's some value there, man. It's not going to push up to 2 million, I don't think. The guys who get the 2 million, I'm looking at them. Yeah, they're older, but they're also more proven and have done more in this league than Curhan has. I don't think we're there yet. But I do think you're looking at something like 1.6, 1.5 million a year, maybe even a 2-year deal just to give a little bit of long-term security. I don't know. This one's tough, right? But I don't think Curhan's all that bad the way some people do. So I think there's a little something out there for him beyond just the bare minimum. Like, you could get him for 1 year, 1 million, I guess, because there's just no money out there. Sometimes the market just collapses on you and you're like, okay, I just got to find a contract. But, yeah, I'm going to go with something like that. 1 year, 1.6 million. Would I do it? It's kind of tough because we probably want to do a little bit better for Abe Lucas's backup because Abe Lucas is a real injury risk right now. We probably want to have somebody with a little bit of a higher ceiling, like even a guy like a Roger Rosengarten out of the draft would probably be more interesting than a guy like Curhan as the backup. And we're not going to feel great if Curhan becomes the starting right tackle because Abe Lucas goes down. But he does offer a little bit of positional versatility that maybe means you bring him back as like your 10th offensive lineman or 11th, and you keep him around and just put him wherever he needs to be put from game to game. But it really depends on how much you view his flexibility as being a value. I wouldn't mind doing it, but you'd have to fit him in just the right way. All right, I'll see you guys later. Go Hawks. Next video will be kind of a lightning round through a handful of different players that there's a decision to make on, although the decision should be very easy. So if you know anything about Jake Curhan's exclusive rights free agent tag, let me know, by the way, because as far as I know, he's not ERFA anymore, but I could be off, I could be wrong, and if I am, let me know. That would be nice. That would make things a lot easier. We probably just throw the tag on him and don't think twice about it. But I think he's free now because he got waived. All right. See you guys later. Go Hawks. Maybe another video later today. If not, find me on Twitch tonight playing more Persona. And I should be making more videos tomorrow. We're going to wrap up this Outgoing free agent series. So see you guys soon.